ਚੈਨਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਵੀਅਰਸ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਫਰੰਟਲਾਈਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੁਖੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਸਿਕਿਉਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਭਵਿੱਖ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ। ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜੋ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਦਾ ਕੋਰਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਕਈ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਪੈਂਸਿਵ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਆ। ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊਜ਼ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੇਂਟ ਮਾਰਟਿਨਸ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਤੋਂ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਕੈਰੀਬੀਅਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕੇਟਡ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਕ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਕੋਰਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਦਾ ਆ, ਕਿੰਨੇ ਚਿਰ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਕੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਆ, ਕੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੌਖਾ ਆ, ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਇਹ ਲਵਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਲਾਈਕ ਆਈ ਸੈਡ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਆ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਟਰਾਂਸਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੋਈ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਬਾਅਦ ਚੋਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ 'ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮੈਂ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦਊਂਗੀ, ਪਰ ਆਓ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਰਲ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰੀਏ। I'd like to welcome to Frontline today Dr. Kraut from St. Martin's University. Dr. Kraut, thank you so much for joining us on today's show.
Of course, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Great. And we're excited to hear more about St. Martin's University and the programs that are offered there. First off, I would like to start off by asking a little bit about yourself and your background and how long you have been involved with St. Martin's University.
Of course. I am the Associate Dean for Clinical Sciences. Basically, that's just a long title saying that I help run the clinical program and that I interact a lot with students during their final 2 years of medical school. I have been with the university for a little under a year now, and I'm excited to be here. I'm loving every minute of it.
Great. So tell us a little bit more about the location, where you're located exactly.
Personally, I am located in Michigan, in the United States, at one of our hospitals. That's where our department is. The university, however, is located, the main campus is on the island of Curacao in the Caribbean.
Right. So let's backtrack a little bit before we talk about the campus and the programs that are offered there. A little bit more about the COVID situation out there. Do you have any updates?
Yes. For right now, currently on the island of Curacao, things are pretty strict based on ordinances by the local government. So currently, our campus on Curacao is not open. All of our students are taking their classes virtually for the safety of themselves and the professors and also the island population. In the U.S., however, at our hospitals, those are open, those are freely functioning and doing quite well.
Great. And so how are the students finding the situation, like online versus in-class instruction? Is the feedback pretty okay from that?
There's a give and take. There are some parts to having, there are some benefits of having a university be online. Obviously, most of our students have to go through immigration in order to get to Curacao, and obtaining visas and things is a lengthy and complicated and often expensive process. But right now they're able to take their classes from the comfort of their home and not have to worry about paying for immigration, for visas, for room and board, things like that. And so it's quite convenient. And so my recommendation and a lot of the feedback from the students is take advantage of it while you can. It's a way to make the most out of a terrible situation of the pandemic around the world. But we're able to stay open, we're able to thrive, and our students are able to do really well from the comfort of their own homes.
And I'm actually just going to translate that part in Punjabi because I think it's really important that I mention that. So Dr. Kraut ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਬਾਹਰਲੀ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨਾ, ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਲਵਾਉਣਾ, ਉਹ ਮਹਿੰਗਾ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਦੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਬੰਦ ਆ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ, ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਲਾਸਿਸ ਆ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਆ। ਸੋ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੋਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਰੋਲ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਇਹਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਕੋਰਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। Dr. Kraut, I also want to find out from you. I know that you're located in Michigan yourself, the school in the Caribbean. How does it work when you do, you get your certification, when you are a practicing physician? Are they able to practice anywhere? I know, definitely in Caribbean or in the States. What about countries like us, like Canada here or anywhere else in the world?
Yes, students from our university are able to practice wherever they're qualified. In order to qualify to be a practicing physician, you need to be able to pass the national licensing exams, okay? our university is accredited and is qualified by an organization called ECFMG, which allows them to sit for those exams. So yes, upon completing the requirements for graduation with St. Martinez University, they are qualified and able to sit for the exams all over the world, be it the United States, Canada, India, South America, wherever it is. Now it's up to them to study and prepare for those exams and pass them. And we do offer help to all of our students to be able to do that because we want them to succeed. But yes, they are able to become practicing physicians in all of those countries outside of the United States and inside the United States if they'd like as well.
Great. And these courses, what languages are they mainly offered in?
All of our courses are taught in English, every single one of them.
Okay, great. And now, can you tell me what makes St. Martinez University stand out from other medical schools?
To be honest, there's a couple of things that I'd like to highlight with this answer. The first one is the size of the university. There are a lot of universities, especially universities located in the Caribbean, that are huge, quite frankly. Their class intake size is hundreds and hundreds of students.
Wow.
And because of this, a lot of students get lost. They aren't able to receive the counseling and the guidance and the academic help that really medical school requires. Medical school is very difficult. There will be a time when every single student will need help at some point. And because of the size of our university, we are able to offer that help. It's personalized, it's customized. Students all have mentors as soon as they're assigned to be students at our university. And so because of that, we're able to help our students succeed. Another thing that sets us apart is our clinical sciences locations in the United States. We have the wonderful and, quite frankly, very unique opportunity that the ownership group of our university also owns multiple hospitals in the United States.
Okay.
And these are hospitals with residency programs. And so our students are able to transition from basic sciences in Curacao straight to the hospitals in the United States for their final 2 years of medical school. And they are able to go and interact with residents in teaching hospitals. They don't have to wait. They don't have to move around from state to state or city to city like every other Caribbean medical school has their students do. They're able to choose one location, stay there, study, and interact with residents and attending physicians, and not have to wait for rotations. We're able to schedule them one right after the other, right after the other. And so it really... the process is not drawn out. It makes it more time efficient, and they're able to get the help and attention they need in a very studious and academic learning environment. So those are a couple of highlights of our university that sets us apart from other schools.
Right. From start to finish, how long is the entire process?
Our program is 4 years. Students are allowed to take a little bit more time than that in order to study for these licensing exams that I mentioned earlier.
Right.
But as far as classes go, it's a 4-year program.
4 years. So that is quite low than regular medical schools then, isn't it, in comparison? Is it quite an accelerated
To be honest,
program?
No, it's normal. There are some universities that do promote accelerated programs, be it 3 or 3.5 years. And to be honest, when you're learning medicine, you can't learn it at that rate. You know, it can't be just a review course. You have to really take the time to be able to understand academically what is going on. And so we're on a semester basis. We have 2 semesters per year, and that amounts to 4 years of actual class time and dedicated learning.
Great. And now, what kind of courses are there? Is it just one specific, like a general practitioner, or there are different fields?
So the way medical school works is that, you are exposed to all different types of fields of medicine. There are requirements set forth by accreditation bodies that you need to have, spend this many weeks doing this specific specialty, be it surgery, general practitioner, pediatrics, OBGYN, whatever it is. And we, of course, comply with all of those things. The final year of medical school, our students are able to pick for themselves what specialties they would like to explore, just to help them on their career path to find out what they really want to do. That being said, students, it doesn't matter what medical school you go to, be it in the US, Canada, or the Caribbean, students don't specialize until they graduate medical school and start residency programs. And it's upon applying to that specialty and being accepted that A, you are a practicing physician, and B, that you are in some type of specialty. And so our curriculum is based just like any school in the U.S. in that we will allow our students to explore, find the fields that interest them in medicine, so that they can make that choice when they do apply to residency.
Great. And if we talk a little bit more about prerequisites, what's required to be able to apply? Is there a screening process, and what kind of previous studies or accreditations do students need?
We do have a screening process. We have an admissions committee, and there is certain documents and paperwork that get presented to that committee, and of course, an interview and things like that. The process isn't too scary. We take care of all of our applicants. But there are two situations that people need to be aware of. The first one is the traditional matriculation into medical school. That comes from students who have gone to undergrad and they have majored in the sciences, are prepared that way. They've taken their biology, their chemistry classes, met those requirements, and they're able to matriculate into our medicine program. However, we do offer a pre-med program for other students, maybe students who haven't attended undergraduate and only have gone to high school, students who went to undergraduate school but majored in something other than the sciences, or quite frankly, people who are in their careers and midway through their career, they say, you know what, I think I want to be a doctor. This career isn't working, and I've always wanted to be a physician.
Right.
And so that program, they're able to enter. They're able to spend a year to a year and a half taking those courses, those prerequisite science and math courses. And upon completion of that pre-med program, they're able to matriculate into the 4-year Doctor of Medicine program. And so really, we have a spot for quite frankly, anyone that wants to be a doctor. We look for good people. I think it's easy to, not easy, but our job is to teach people how to be doctors. We can't teach people how to be good people. And so if you're a good person, we will find a spot for you at our university, and we'll help you along the way become a physician.
Great. And let's talk a little bit more about USMLE pass rate. What is that for the university?
That's an excellent question. We actually have some fresh numbers for you. I'm in charge of an internal audit that's going on right now with our university, and so I have numbers fresh from ECFMG about our USMLE pass rate for the last 2 years. Now, there are a couple of exams for that. There's a Step 1 exam and a Step 2 exam. Both are big, daunting exams that all of our students have to take, and quite frankly, any student that wants to practice in the United States has to take. So for reference, for the past 2 years, 2019, 2020, our pass rate on the first portion of that exam is 90%. Compared to all other foreign medical schools trying to enter the U.S., their average is 82% pass rate. For the second part of that exam, for the last 2 years, we're actually at 100%. We have every single one of our students have passed it, compared to all others trying to enter the U.S. from different universities, and they're at an 83% pass rate. And so we do average higher than all other universities trying to enter the U.S., and quite frankly, we're very proud of our numbers.
Yeah, those are great numbers. Dr. Kraut, can you tell me a little bit more, just because our viewers, a lot of them are based out in India and the Punjab region as well. How does it work with immigration visa? Does the college help with those applications, or is there any type of guidance for them to be able to get into your university?
Absolutely. Just about every one of our students needs to immigrate, whether it be to Curacao, or whether it be to the United States. And so we have an entire immigration department that is set up for our students in order to help them with the paperwork. They know what documents you need. They will help you schedule appointments at embassies, and they will make sure and help you to be able to immigrate. That isn't an issue. We're able to do that quite effectively and quite efficiently to help all of our students.
Great. And again, because they are students, income is obviously going to be a problem. What about student loans? Do you help in arranging those for them?
We do. We do have a finance department that can help our students with student loans. Student loans are offered at our university, as well as scholarships. Those scholarships are based on academic merit, but we have quite a few that have been awarded those scholarships. And so if you work hard and you score well, you can qualify for it. And for everybody else, yes, we do have student loans through individual nationalities and banks and things like that. And we will help our students apply for those.
Great. And what better way? You can also visit the Caribbean while you're at it. We know the weather, and just
Exactly.
from the videos and the pictures, it looks phenomenal. Anything else, Dr. Kraut, that you like to add?
I think I'd just like to reemphasize our test scores are really good. We are a big enough university that we're able to have all our ducks in a row, and we're able to have multiple departments in order to help all of our students. But we're also small enough that you do get a lot of counsel, a lot of help, and a lot of guidance through the medical school process, because it is a process and it is very difficult, and everybody at some point will need help. And so we are here to help you. Also, I don't think it can be emphasized enough, and people might not understand this until they enter medical school, about how good our rotations are. The opportunity that all of our rotations will be with residents in teaching hospitals, that students don't have to bounce around the United States.
Right.
And that they can just do it in one spot and not have to wait. We have literally other universities knocking on our door trying to send their students to us for clinical rotations, because they don't have those opportunities. And especially with the COVID pandemic, a lot of hospitals kicked students out, quite frankly. And so we have a different relationship where our students are welcome in the hospital, and it's just the best situation that any medical student could ask for.
Great.
So.
And I think one thing we didn't touch on was accommodation. That I believe is also sorted out with the university. You're able to help accommodate students that are coming in internationally.
Yes, so our campus at Curacao does have dorms. It's a very large campus that holds a lot of students. It has dorms and a kitchen and a cafeteria and recreation rooms and a gym. And I think we have a soccer team down there, and basketball courts and volleyball nets, and it's libraries, and it's quite extensive. And yes, it can accommodate students. And then during our clinical side, the hospital does own apartment complexes right across the street.
Okay.
And so most of our students stay in those, the residents stay in those. And so everybody that's the same age and same demographic and in the same situation stays at the same complex and literally walks across the parking lot to get to their clinical rotations every day. And so that option is available for students. They don't have to take advantage of it, but they are allowed to and encouraged to.
Perfect. And if anyone wants more information about this program or anything about the university itself, what is the best way for them to get in contact with you or find this information?
The best thing to do is go on our website. It's www.martinus.edu. And that is our website. There's links to call us, to email us, to get a hold of us. But that's probably the most efficient and effective way to do so.
Great. Thank you so much for the information. It's been very informative, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of calls or inquiries coming your way. And I look forward to more updates from you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been great.
Thank you so much. ਤੇ ਇਹ ਸੀ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕਰਾਊਟ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸੇਂਟ ਮਾਰਟਿਨਸ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੌਖੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਲਿਖਾਈ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਰੀਅਰ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਣਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਬਹੁਤ ਸੌਖਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰਿਓ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਈਮੇਲ ਅਸ, ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਈਮੇਲ ਮੀ suki@channelpunjabi.ca ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਦੀ ਕਲੈਰੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀਗੀ। ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੁੱਖੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵੇਖਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਲਈ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ ਚੈਨਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੇ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਬੈਲ ਆਈਕਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਟਨ ਤੇ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰੋ।